Now, I know that may seem simple, but I promise you that tip will take your digital art to the next level in Procreate. What is good, everyone? Today, we're going to jump in and have a look at 5 amazing tips which really will take your digital art to the next level in Procreate. Now, this is part 2 of the series. Part 1, you can see linked at the top of the screen here. You all loved that first video, so I thought, why not jump in and give you 5 more tips and keep this series going. There will be a new part to this series each and every week, so make sure you hit subscribe down below. It does help me grow this channel and bring you these videos each and every week. But also, don't forget to hit the bell icon to be notified of all my videos as soon as they come out so you don't miss out. All right, that's enough of that. Let's have a look at these 5 tips today. And straight off the bat, tip number 1 is using blend modes. Now, this might be one of the most underutilized features from artists I see when it does come to Procreate, and this is similar to other digital drawing apps in the fact that you can use blend modes in those as well as in Procreate. Essentially, this allows you to change the way colors interact with each other within multiple layers of your artwork. It is super easy to find where these blend modes are. All we have to do is open up our layers panel, and then on the desired layer, you're going to see a tiny little N on that layer. We're going to tap on this N, and you should see a whole list of different blend modes appear below it. You can experiment with all of these, and I highly suggest you do because they all offer a really different, unique blending option. A few really good examples of these are the multiply blend mode, which is really good for shadows, and the overlay and soft light are really great for adding highlights. We won't be going too deep into blend modes today. I will be doing a full video on my channel coming up very soon. Make sure you hit that bell down below so you are notified as soon as it comes out. But for now, your homework is to jump in, have a look at these blend modes, experiment with them, and leave me a comment down below and tell me how you went. Moving right along to tip number 2 today, and that is creating custom color palettes. I have talked about this on my channel before, but I did want to dive into it a little bit deeper because there are some really great features within Procreate which will allow you to create some awesome color palettes. If you didn't know, you can create your own color palettes within Procreate. It's really quite simple. You have to open up the color panel, select the palettes tab, and then press the plus icon in the corner. At first, this palette will be named Untitled, but you can change this later on very simply by tapping on the word Untitled and renaming that. But the main reason this is a tip in today's video is you can create these palettes from other sources as well, primarily photos or images. I use this one all the time, and it is a really great tip for anyone who wants a very specific color theme in their artwork, and they already have a piece in mind which they like that color theme from, and they'd like to utilize some of those colors. All you have to do for this is do the steps I just mentioned before, but then when we do hit that little plus icon in the corner, you'll see a menu there, and some of those options will allow you to create a color palette from a photo or from a file. Again, experiment with this. I use this one all of the time, particularly if I have an old piece of art that I like the color scheme from and I want to utilize those colors again, or maybe I really am inspired by something in the real world and I like those colors. I can snap a photo of it and create a color palette right from that. Promise me you'll give this one a go. Add that to your homework and be sure to leave me a comment down below and let me know how you went. Tip number 3 today is using the Symmetry Tool. You can create perfectly symmetrical illustrations in Procreate very easily using the Symmetry Tool. To do this, we're going to open up the Actions menu in the top left-hand corner of the screen, and then we're going to go to Canvas, then down to Drawing Guide, and then Edit Drawing Guide. The screen will change. You'll go to a separate area here, and then at the bottom, we're going to select or turn on the Symmetry button. When you first enable this, vertical symmetry will be turned on by default, but you can very easily turn on horizontal, quadrant, or radiant symmetry in the options menu. I am by no means the biggest user of the Symmetry Tool, but when I do use it, I tend to keep it in vertical mode, and I have been able to create some really cool pieces of art using this, or create a basis for a really cool piece of art and allowed everything to be symmetrical in that. So give this one a go. I think you'll find it really useful, and you might just be able to create some really fantastic pieces of art. Bit of a tip if you do want to create any mandala style art out there, make sure you give radiant symmetry a go. This feature really is designed to create these type of effects and designs, and you really never know what you can create when it comes to this and having this feature turned on. So get out there, give it a go. I promise you you'll love it. Symmetry Tool is so much fun in Procreate. Tip number 4 today is utilizing Liquify. Used with restraint, Liquify can be a really fantastic tool. You can add realistic ripples to shapes and objects, and it really is perfect for drawing things like coffee steam or roughening up the edges of an outline. You'll find the Liquify settings in the drop-down menu in the adjustment panel. Once you've done this, you'll get a row of preferences that appear at the bottom of the screen. And here you can choose between push, twirl right, twirl left, pinch, expand, crystals, and edge. There are sliders to adjust the size and pressure, as well as the distortion and momentum. But don't worry, if you do take things too far, which I've definitely done myself in the past, you can use the reconstruct setting. This will knock back the effect a little bit, or you can hit reset and go back to square one. And tip number 5 today may seem like a really simple one, but I promise you, if you start using this, you may never go back. It is brush switch. Sometimes in Procreate, you might be using a really nice soft brush and using stroke after stroke to try and create a really nice build-up effect. And all of a sudden, you might need to erase something. And you select eraser, and all of a sudden, it's a hard-edged brush, and you're cutting into all that really nice detail you've just created. This isn't great, and I've got the solution for you. As long as the brush you are using is still selected, all you have to do is press and hold down on the eraser icon in the top right hand of the screen, and it will change to the exact brush you were just painting or drawing with. For instance, if I was using a cross-hatching brush to create a really nice build-up effect, I could hold on the eraser icon for about 2 seconds, and it's going to auto switch to the same cross-hatching brush I was using, but it's going to be an eraser this time. This is one of the best tips I can give you for Procreate. Please utilize this one. It's fantastic. It can not only speed up your workflow in Procreate, but it can allow you to create some really in-depth illustrations that have the same look and feel and overall aesthetic that we can get by using the same style brushes for both creating and erasing. And that's going to do it. Those are 5 very simple but very powerful tips in Procreate, which I promise you, if you start using them, you'll never look back. I absolutely love Procreate, so I love sharing all the tips and tricks I know. Get out there and give them a go. Don't forget to subscribe to this video if you did like the content. It does help me bring you these videos each and every week. Ring the bell to be notified of videos as soon as they drop. And don't forget to stay tuned for part 3 coming very, very soon. That's going to do it for today's video. I'll catch you in the next one.